Now, another sensitivity beyond the chemical side is something you brought up as your kind of number two thing we should be looking out for are EMFs. And there are more and more people that are sensitive to EMFs and just being in an area with a lot of electrical equipment. What are the things you're telling people to watch for and rectify when it comes to EMFs in homes?
The biggest thing that I talk about is practical avoidance. If we can avoid some exposure, let's do it. A good example is at night, we're sleeping. We don't need to have our cell phone right next to our head with Instagram pinging and voicemails and everything going on. We can just turn that off, put it on airplane mode, put it in another room, get a good night's sleep, come back to it. Or like an example, maybe we have a gaming station at your house with Xbox and PlayStation and whatnot. That all doesn't need to be on and plugged in and operating all the time, exposing you. Unplug that stuff, turn that stuff off when you're not using it. Go in and use it, have fun, enjoy it, get a little exposure. That's, don't stress about it. But when we're not using it, let's unplug the stuff and not use it. There's so many devices in our home that we're being exposed to on a consistent basis that we're not even getting the benefit from. We're not even using it. So, why be exposed to it?
Absolutely. I think one of those, that where I started this 100% of the time you're at home sleeping and you're placing things that have actual radiation frequencies coming off of it right near us while we're sleeping. And I think Apple even acknowledged this recently that you shouldn't leave your phone charging next to you on the bed because it is giving off more when it's charging. It's kind of like a Tesla or something. When they charge, they really emit. They're taking in a lot and emitting actually much more during that charging period. So I think there's like these little things you could do, turning off Wi-Fi, leaving the phone far away. Absolutely are the small improvements day over day that help you get back into the healthy range instead of putting you into the sick range. So those are really, I think, simple ones. When you look, if you were to build, let's say, a home from scratch these days, and you were looking at something like EMF, what are some of the things you would do? Would you wire it differently? Would you make your bedroom where you sleep something of a Faraday cage sort of thing? What would you do?
What I would do might be a little extreme to some people, but I would put all of the electrical wiring in conduit like we do in light commercial and industrial buildings. And that would block all of the dirty electricity in the electric fields. I would also put all the sleeping areas on a kill switch so that we could turn them off at night so that we sleep in a zero energy field as well. I would also make sure that all the devices and everything I'm using in my house is hardwired. The security cameras, the TVs, telephones, speakers, everything's hardwired. So we're not relying on Wi-Fi. I would shield the bedroom and the sleeping areas on the walls to prevent anything from the outside coming in, especially if I'm building inside the city limits, inside more urban area. So those are kind of the basics that I would do right off the bat for EMF reduction in a home.
Yeah, I've always thought it's a shame that things like Ring cameras can't be hardwired. They don't even give you the option, right? And you got to be on Wi-Fi because it is a convenient thing. Of course, you could just put it up there, plug and play, connect it to your Wi-Fi. But the whole idea of a security camera, if you're going to turn off your Wi-Fi at night, kind of defeats the purpose because then you're missing that level of kind of security or what you want from it and using kind of security cameras. But